Recently, I shared my thoughts on the different form of abuse because many of us think that abuse only has to do with domestic violence, but then domestic violence is just a form of abuse, right? It's just a form of abuse. It's not all the type of abuse there is. We have financial abuse, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, and a lot more. But that's not what I want to share with you today. What I want to share with you today is that if you're stigmatizing people, right, if you're tagging them and you're giving them this negative label because of an experience they went through or because of a situation that they got delivered from, then you are also wrong. You are an abuser, right? I remember Funke Felix Adejumo saying that stigmatization is also a form of abuse. And yes, I agree with that. That stigmatization is also a form of abuse, right? So we should not just tag people. If we are saying right now that want people to walk out from whatsoever abusive situation they may be in, whether it's an abuse from their parents, abuse from their spouse, abuse from their employers, abuse from their religious leaders, no matter the form of abuse, or even abuse from the government, abuse from the government police and the rest, no matter the form of abuse, if you are telling people to resist abuse, to say no to it, to walk away from it, then we should not stigmatize them. We should not give them a bad tag or give them a bad label, right? So, and that's because many people right now are in abusive situation. They are tolerating it, they are condoning it, they are allowing it to pass, they are enduring it. Yes, I know endurance and long suffering happens to be the part of the fruit of the spirit, but of course it's not forever suffering, right? It's long suffering, not forever suffering. Now, but people are going through stuff right now in their marriages, through stuff right now in their lives, in their relationship, and they are unable to live, not because they don't want to live, not because they do not understand that they are in a bad situation and this is not good for their life, this is not good for their health, this is not good for their existence, but they are afraid and they are concerned about the stigmatization that they will face from people out there. Yes. Right? So it's like I'm in a mess right now, but I don't want to leave because I'm still going to be living here for another mess. It's more or less like jumping from one evil, having to choose between two evils. Where if you're the person in that situation, I will tell you, leave whatsoever threatens your health, right? Stigmatization is people's headache, but first of all, save yourself and be in a safe position and a safe place. But then that does not justify those people out there who are always quick to judge and to stigmatize and to label and to tag people. It is wrong. Don't be an abuser, because right now you may think that you are not, but in reality you are, right? Because you're trying to label people, tag people, stigmatize them, and put them in some kind of how will I say it now? In some kind of box, right? Oh, she's a divorcee. Oh, he left his last marriage because his wife used to hit him and all of that. No, if you keep on stigmatizing people, right? If we keep on stigmatizing people, if we are not open-handed and open-hearted to receive people who are going through abuse and welcome them with a warm embrace, welcome them with a lovely kiss and not like that of Judas Iscariot, right? And welcome them into a safe place and a safe zone in our hearts. If we don't do that, if we don't keep on making that available to people, we cannot complain that people are staying in an abusive relationship, right? Because they just have to choose between two evils. So they prefer to stay with their spouse than come and face your stigmatization and your criticism. Yeah, so they chose one, right? So if you're saying that, oh, it's not safe for you to be in that bad situation, it's not safe, it's not good for you to allow yourself continue to be in that place that is unsafe to your mental health or that is unsafe to your physical health, then we must provide another place, another situation where they can get all the love that they so desire, where they can get all the love that they so pray for, right? But you cannot be stigmatizing people, no matter what's your opinion about them, and expect people to move from point A, which is the abusive situation they are in, to point B, a stigmatized situation, a stigmatized place, right? So that's just what I want to say, that stigmatization It's also a form of abuse. Do not stigmatize people. Try everything possible not to label them. Don't tag them. If you see somebody who is going through abuse, or if you and the person is pulling out, give the person all the love and all the emotional, spiritual, physical, financial support that you can give to the person. If you see somebody who has gone through this kind of mess and the person has not stepped up, celebrate the person, right? I know some people may leave their marriage and relationship for some wrong reasons, but then if somebody leaves for a right reason like abuse, allow them, give them peace, stop labeling them, stop calling them names, right? Yes, there are some people who have left their marriage because of the slightest little thing, and of which patience, endurance, love, suffering are keys that we need, are life skills that we need to be able to enjoy marriage, no matter whether your marriage is toxic or your marriage is healthy, right? Of course, if your marriage is toxic, if you ask me, I'll tell you that seek counseling, and if counseling fails, go to the family court, go to divorce court and get a divorce, right? But then there are still marriages that are healthy and they are going through some stuff. That's where patience comes in, that's where endurance comes in, that's where long suffering comes in. But there are some, based on assessment, once you just see this particular union, you know that, man, there's nothing to write home about this particular union again. So for those, if people step out from there, you should be kind to them. You should regard them like someone who is brave. Others have decided to stay in there and die because they cannot stand stigmatization. Yes, most of the people who have died in their marriages, most of the people who are still in very abusive marriages right now, and although they are living, right, they are dead, right? They are more or less like walking corpse, right? The reason why they have not left is because of the stigmatization they will face outside. So stop it. Stop stigmatizing people. My name is Earl and I'm alright. Thank you so much for following till now. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Share this with your friends. Like this. Drop a comment for us. And of course, if you have any question, you need counseling on anything, contact us through the means showing on the screen. You rock.